Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a little bit different. I'm going to be doing a girl talk video, which I originally planned to do with my friend, but she is in Brighton and she lives quite far away, so we didn't really have a chance to actually sit down and film this video because I had my son's party this weekend, so it was very chaotic and we just couldn't find the time. So I'm here on my own, doing it on my own. I have 4 topics that I'm going to cover. Topics are cheating, sex, periods, friendships. I'm going to be completely honest and open in this video, and I'm going to say my opinions and thoughts about all of these subjects. So let's just get straight into the video. So I do not have any questions for this video, so I'm just going to be saying things in a bit of a random order to try and get talking onto that specific topic. So first of all, the topic is cheating. And I am first off going to say about, would I forgive somebody if they cheated? I could never forgive somebody if they cheated. I think that I'd probably let them get away with it, as bad as that sounds, but I feel like I'm in a relationship at the moment where I want to be with them forever, so I feel like if they was... So I've decided to change positions because my tripod won't go high, and it's just long story. Anyway, okay, I'm in a relationship at the moment where I want to be with them forever, so I feel like if they was to cheat, I would forgive them, as bad as it sounds. I feel like if you're in a relationship with somebody and you really love them and you want to be with them, it is hard to trust them again, but it's also hard to just forget about them as well, especially for me. I don't agree with cheating at all. Like, I don't condone it. I don't agree that people do it. I don't agree that it's a thing, and I don't agree that it's more common either. A lot of people are cheating. I'm hearing so many people say that they've been cheated on, and it's not right. If you aren't happy in that relationship, leave. As hard as it might be in some cases, I know some relationships it isn't easy to just leave, but definitely you don't need 2 on the go. You know what I mean? I don't agree with cheating. I don't respect anybody that does it, because it's not right, and you shouldn't treat somebody like that. You shouldn't make the other person feel like they're not good enough because you've gone and cheated on them with another person. I feel like in some cases cheating happens when it shouldn't, and the person is very guilty about it. Say they're very drunk, they don't know what they're doing. It still doesn't condone it, still doesn't make it any more better, but there's a lot of reasons why people cheat. Some people genuinely are really apologetic for doing it, whereas other people, they just don't care. I feel like if you've ever been cheated on, do not let it happen. Don't let it keep happening. If you're in a relationship where someone's previously cheated and you know they're still doing it, get out of it as quick as you can, because you don't deserve to be treated like that, and you are so much better than what they're making you feel like. So don't ever be in a relationship where you've been cheated on and it's made you feel like really crap about yourself, because nobody deserves to feel like that. Nobody should be made to feel like that. And I just think, why have... Is with this, so many people throw away the best thing that's ever happened to them. So in some cases, some people cheat when they've got an amazing person and then they go and cheat with another person that they know, or random person that they've just met. So I don't condone cheating. I don't respect anybody that does it. I think that if you're in a relationship that has cheating in it, please get out, because you don't deserve to be treated like that. Like I've said, I think that I would forgive my partner for doing it. I could never forget. And I don't think I could forgive properly. Like, I never... So basically, I wouldn't forgive them. I just kind of let it slide, as bad as that sounds. But when you really want to be with somebody, it's so tough to let them go. I've never been cheated on in the past, so I don't know what it feels like. But I know that if it ever did happen to me, that I couldn't leave the person that I'm with, as much as you should, because you shouldn't be in a relationship like that. But when you really love someone, it's a lot more harder. I hope I've covered everything on that and my opinions. If you have any other thoughts about this topic, or you want me to say anything else about any of the other topics that I'm going to speak about and haven't covered a certain part that you want me to, then let me know, because I will try and cover it. The next one is sex, and it is something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. They feel really awkward talking about, and for me personally, I do. But I want to be really open and honest on my channel, and I want to try and make people feel more comfortable and make them realise that it's okay to talk about things that people might find gross or that you shouldn't talk about. So, sex is made to have kids, and a lot of people probably won't agree with that, but that's what sex is. Sex makes babies, and I think there's so many people losing their virginity quite young. I am not here to judge, and I would never ever judge somebody without knowing them, etc. I don't really judge people, it's not my character. I do think there's a lot of people nowadays that are losing their virginity to fit in, and because they've not had sex by, you know, the age of 14, that they're not good enough and no one's ever going to want them. You can wait to have sex. It is a good thing to wait to have sex. You don't need to get into a relationship and jump straight into bed together. You don't need to do that, and you shouldn't be made to feel like that either, because I know it is like that in this generation, and it is, and there's so much pressure to be a certain person and to do certain things with your boyfriend and stuff like that. But don't ever do anything that you don't feel comfortable in doing. Do it at your own speed, do it when you want to do it, and when you do it, use protection. And I'm going to be very completely honest and open, I didn't use protection, I ended up with a baby. So, I am not someone to sit here and say, oh, you best use a condom, etc. That is definitely not what I did, but I would recommend using a condom and being safe. If you can go on the pill or any sort of contraceptive, then go and do that. If you do not want to fall pregnant, it's best to be prepared and protected. Now, contraception is 100% safe. So you could be on the injection or the implant or use a condom and you could still get pregnant. So don't think that you are fully protected because you're wearing a condom. If it splits, you could get pregnant. Any sort of contraceptive pill or anything like that isn't 100% safe. It is there to protect you, but isn't there to fully stop you getting pregnant. One of the things is, I know there's a lot of people out there that hate to talk about this kind of topic with their parents, and I can totally relate. I never spoke about sex to my mum until I got pregnant, and I still don't talk to my mum about sex now because I just find it awkward, and I'm sure so many other people can relate. But it's definitely not a topic that I want to come up with. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't randomly start talking to my mum about sex unless I was concerned about something or wanted advice on something, that I was scared something was going to happen, etc. But it's definitely not something I discuss with my parents. Obviously, I do recommend you talk to your parents if you feel like you're in an unsafe situation or that something might happen that you're uncomfortable with. Do tell your parents or somebody that you know you can reach out to and somebody that you can talk to. But I totally get it when people say that they don't want to talk to their mums about that kind of stuff, because it is awkward, and I definitely hate talking about that stuff to my mum, and it isn't something we talk about now because it's just awkward getting onto that conversation topic, and it's not really something that I like discussing with her. Not because I don't trust her, because my mum is literally my best friend and I trust her more than anything, but it is just super awkward to speak about that kind of topic to your mum. And so I do totally get that, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are scared to talk to their parents about that, but just make sure that you are safe. Make sure that you use a condom to protect yourself against sexual diseases. You only do stuff that you're comfortable with doing, and don't feel like you've got to lose your virginity to fit in, because you don't need to be a certain person to fit in. If you feel like you've got to fit in, you've got to do something to fit in, then are you being yourself? Because it doesn't sound to me like people are. If you're doing something just to fit in, then that doesn't sound like you're being yourself. Be yourself, and if you don't want to lose your virginity till you're 21, don't lose it till you're 21. If you don't want to have sex till marriage, don't have sex till marriage. You do what you want to do, and don't let anyone ever push you into doing something especially sex. It isn't all it's made out to be. It is made to have kids, and I think a lot of people forget that when they do have sex. Next topic is periods. I was quite young when I started all this, you know, period kind of stuff. I was actually in year 5, so I was quite young when I started all of this period malarkey, and I think I was maybe the first one in my year to start it, maybe the second, I'm not quite sure. So, you know, when we used to have, like, you know, when you was in primary school and you used to have those classes about periods and tampons and stuff like that, everyone used to come up to me and be like, are you comfortable with this? And I was like, I don't know. So it was made quite a big thing when I was in junior school. It was made quite a big thing, and a lot of people was like, oh, are you comfortable talking about this? Are you comfortable talking about this? And I was like, well, I was only in year 5. I did find it pretty awkward that everyone knew I had started my period that young. But looking at it now, it is so normal. And you know, when you're in school and you're walking to a classroom and you know that you need a pad and you need to borrow one off a friend and you hide it in your blazer because you're embarrassed about it. Don't be embarrassed about being on your period. It is a thing that happens to every single woman. Natural. I have been on so many different pills and stuff like that to control my periods, because when I first started my period it was quite bad. I used to get a lot of pain, and now I don't have bad periods. Hopefully, we don't want to jinx anything, but apparently after having a kid your periods are worse. Mine personally aren't, so obviously I've been through the, you know, 9 months without a period and before and after having a baby and stuff like that. If you do want to know more about that, then I will discuss it. But my periods calmed down when I was probably in maybe year 8. They calmed down then. They was quite bad before, like quite bad. I used to suffer with quite bad bleeding and pains. I used to have horrific period pain, but I don't really get period pain that much anymore. If I know I'm going to have a bad period, I'll have pain in my stomach and my bladder. I never ever get period pain there, but if I'm going to have a bad period, that's where the pain is. And normal period, I just normally have pains on the bottom of my back. That's normally where I get the pain. There is a lot of options for your period, so if you want to go on some different kind of pill or something like that to control your periods, there is options out there. I personally am not on anything, and I know people are probably saying, oh my god, you're gonna get pregnant. It is not about that. I am not on anything because it messes up my body. I've had bad issues with nearly every single contraception. Well, yeah, every single contraception that I've been on, I have been poorly with, or it's reacted with my body badly. So I just let everything happen naturally with my body now. If I do choose to have sex, it's protected, etc. We don't need to go into that detail, but I am not on anything, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not doing it because I want a baby or anything like that. It's just better for my body, and if it's better for your body, don't be on anything. There is no pressure to be on any sort of contraception. There is no pressure, but if you want to be on anything, there is a lot of things out there. So I'm just going to give my experiences about a few of them. The pill made my periods really, really heavy, and I chose to come off it, and when I came off it, it was horrific. I leaked in class, and I'm gonna tell you this story because it's really embarrassing, but I feel like I'm probably not the only one. So with me, I was in year 7. I went into a French class and I leaked over the chair, and I had the name Period Girl for the rest of my school life, and that was my name. That's what everyone knew me by, and by break time, the whole school knew about it. Don't ask why. Everyone just gossips in school, and everyone just wants to know your business, and everyone wants to laugh at you. So that was my life. But it's completely natural. I had to be in some clothes that school had because I had no other trousers on me, and it was quite horrific. Not gonna lie, it was quite horrific, and I have never ever been that heavy on my period ever, so that was like massive to me. So yeah, leaked in class, probably the most embarrassing moment of my school life, and everybody knew about it. Everyone wanted to make fun of me, but at the end of the day, this happens to everybody. This happens to most people. I'm not the only one, and when people think it's funny to laugh at people for something happening, this is what happens to women. Women have periods, some women's leak, some women don't. Some women have heavy periods, some people can go 3 months without having a period. It is totally normal and is not acceptable to laugh at somebody else because they've had an accident regarding their period. So I just want to put that out there. If anyone has ever called you or anything because you've leaked in class or anything, I'm with you. I feel your pain. I've been through that. So another contraception that I've been on is the patch. That worked amazing. I went on that before I had a baby. It was amazing. It worked great with me. I really loved it. The first time I put it on when I had my first period, it was horrific. I had the worst period pain you could ever imagine, and the bleeding wasn't that bad. It was the pain. It was agonizing. I couldn't walk. I was outside the classroom in absolute agony. It was horrific. It was so bad. But I then chose to go on it after having a baby because I thought, you know what, this is probably going to be good for me because it was good before having a baby. It wasn't. It gave me hot flushes, so I decided to come off it because I wanted to know if that was what was causing the hot flushes, and it was. So I came off that. Right after having a baby, when I was 6 weeks postpartum, I chose to get the Depo injection, and the reason I got this is because I didn't like having a plaster on me, which is what the patch is. It's just a plaster, and I thought, you know, if I go swimming, people are going to be asking me what's that, so just better to have the injection, and the injection is in your bum if you didn't know that. So I chose to have that, and yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I was bleeding for most, like, the whole time. I was having periods like nearly every 2 weeks. My period was coming and going whenever it wanted to come, and I didn't like that at all. It messed up with my cycle a lot, so I chose to come off that, and that's when I went on the patch and it gave me hot flushes, so I came off that. So my experience with having contraception isn't very good, and I choose not to use it now because it's not good for my body, and I have a lot of health issues as it is. Making my body even more worse is just not what I'm willing to do at this moment in time. So enough about periods and everything else. The last topic is friendships, and friendships are so important, and since leaving school I've hardly spoke to anybody. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not very fond of a lot of people I went to school with, and I'm not embarrassed to say that on social media or anything. I'm not here to call anyone out, but I got bullied a lot through my school life, so I didn't really get on with a lot of people. A lot of people were very fake around me, and a lot of people just don't want to know me in general, and that's absolutely fine with me. You do you, you go your own way. I have one friend that I can rely on more than anything, and I appreciate her more than anything in the world. She is incredible. I have been friends with her now for I think 12 years. We actually lived across the road from each other, but she's ended up moving nearly an hour away due to some things happening in her life, so we don't get to see each other very often, but when we do get to see each other, it's like we never left, and I enjoy it so much. We always have so much to talk about. She's amazing with Cole. I've always said that if Cole ever did get christened, she would be the godmother. So technically she's the godmother, Cole just isn't christened. As you grow up, you get less friends, and the less friends that you get, you just appreciate them more because they are genuinely like your closest friends. I have one friend, and I know there's a lot of people watching this that are saying, well, I'm your friend, I'm your friend. No, a friend is somebody that's there for you when you need them. A friend is somebody that takes time to hang out with you and be with you. A friend is somebody that checks up on you. A friend is someone who is there for you, and I don't have a lot of people like that. A lot of people just want me because they want me, and just want me when they haven't got anybody else, and that's not a nice feeling. Like, I don't want to be used for that kind of thing, and I'm a mum now. It's a lot harder for me to make friends and be with other people. Easier for me to be friends with mums now because they kind of get the situation. Being friends with somebody that isn't a mum is a lot harder, but my friend Olivia, she isn't a mum, and she's probably the bestest friend I've got, but probably the only friend I've got. I'd say I have friends, but I don't know if I'd count them as a friend. Not in a horrible way, and again, I'm not here to call anyone out or anything like that, but I do feel like a lot of the people that talk to me and a lot of people that want to hang out with me only want me because they've got nobody else, and I don't like being used like that. I don't like being left like that, and also it's a lot stronger for me now because I have Cole, I don't want Cole to grow up and think, oh, well, I saw them yesterday, why aren't I seeing them anymore? You know, I'm not going to be that mum. I'm not going to let people come into his life and in and out of his life like they please. I'm not going to do that. I'm not willing to make that impact on my child. So the people that I hang around with, some of them have kids. I don't really hang around with anyone that doesn't have kids. Just tend to hang around with people more that have children because it's just easier. But then I don't want my son to get attached to those children if he's never going to see them. I do try to hang out with people as much as I can, but I don't have a lot of people to hang around with. I literally have one close friend, and it's hard, like it is, especially being a mum. If you're a mum, you will understand. It is really hard. Your only friend is your child, and it's amazing. And you love your child more than anything, but it would be nice to have an adult conversation with an adult who gets it, who gets what you're going through, the sleepless nights, the tantrums, everything like that. It would just be nice to talk to someone who gets it. But that is why I'm so thankful for my friend, because honestly, she's been there through everything. I have lost some of the closest people in my life to me that have passed away, and she has been there with a click of a finger, and that's what you need. You need someone that's going to be there, and she's so supportive, and I couldn't wish for a better friend, and I'm so thankful for her. And if she's watching this, hi, because she most likely is, but I'm so thankful for her, and I can't imagine my life without her, honestly. When it comes to friendships, it is so important to just make sure that you're choosing the right people to be around. A lot of people nowadays are so bitchy, and they're only in it for themselves, and they'll speak nicer to your face and horrible behind your back, and you don't need that kind of thing. You don't need that. If people are going to do that, you don't need them in your life. You really don't. Pick the people that are there for you, that care for you, that make time for you. Those people are the people that you need in your life, the people that care. And you will know if people care because you will notice by their actions. Don't be worried about having 10,000 friends or 20 friends or 10 friends. It will be fine to just have 5 friends or 3 friends, as long as they're close friends and they care about you and they want to see you succeed and want to see you grow and are proud of you and there for you and care for you. You need that type of person in your life, and if you haven't got those, then go and find them, because trust me, they're somewhere. As a teen mum, it gets very lonely. I don't really have anybody. Like I've said, I do have my friend, but despite her, she doesn't live near me, so we don't get to see each other very often, so I am on my own the majority of the time. And amazing as it is to be on my own with my child, it is the most amazing feeling in the world. But it would be nice to just have some other friends to be there with, because it does get me down. And yesterday I was so sad about it, because I thought, I've got nobody, and it's just hard going through life by yourself, especially when you've got a friend that's miles away that you can't just pop round the corner to and just have a cuppa with and speak about how your day's been with them. It is hard. So all I would say to anybody out there is, don't be friends with people that are only in it for themselves. Be friends with people that truly care about you, that want to see you succeed, genuinely care for you, are there for you when you need them, because it is so important. And nowadays so many people are so fake, and as a mum, I'm not willing to bring that kind of negativity into my life. I just want a carefree life and not have to worry about all of that stuff that you care about when you're in school. So this video has gone on for a while. I hope you guys did enjoy everything that I had to say on this topic. It will be a lot longer and a lot more detailed if I had someone else with me, but she can't make it for this video, but she will be on my channel soon, because we do have plans to go to London together, because I'm off to see West End again next month. It isn't booked, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm going. I'm going to try and get tickets, but it all depends on if there's any available. So you will see her in some upcoming vlogs, so look forward to that. If you guys did enjoy this video, please smash a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I would be extremely grateful. And if you haven't already, please click the notification bell, because that'll notify you every single time I upload a video, and I will see you on my next video.